Hey guys, how's it going? I'm RedMaster and welcome back to an episode of Cards and Castles, where today we have a big video in store for you guys. Welcome to King of the Hill. Now, before we jump into the gameplay, I'm going to quick this little intro here as a brief introduction to the concept of King of the Hill, at least for this game and what we decided to do here, which is, I think, somewhat different from other King of the Hills, but let me break it down for you. So, right now, we have two teams of three, consisting of me, Boloss, and Unhelpful Yoda, taking on the team of Banana, Jump, and Asteroid. Right now, we are about to jump into a series of 1v1s, where the first member submitted by the team will go up against the first member submitted by the opposite, and that'll keep going. So second member versus second member, third member versus third member, until we have winners in each, and then we repeat the cycle. So say there's like one player left from one side and two from the other side. The team with two can submit who they want to go against the first, and then if the solo wins, they go up against the last one. And the idea is to essentially eliminate the other team. So kind of a 3v3 elimination game where everyone at least gets a match in. Without further ado, because I have nothing left to add to the intro, because I mean I pretty much explained all that I could. And again, you'll see actually throughout the video how the matches work better. Maybe I explain them in the intro here, but regardless, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the matchups and start this King of the Hill video.
How you doing, Tweakin'?
Oh, I'm doing great. We have a great matchup today. We have Boloss, who's a new competitor in Casting Conflicts, coming out big, starting off. Representing Team Boloss. It's pretty big. New players gonna take the first stance for that team when you have likes of RedMaster and Unhelpful Yoda. It's kind of that's big. That's big. That's a lot of trust.
Yeah, he's got some big names to live up to there. I mean, the biggest thing is he has such a big coming up story. I mean, in the course of 2 weeks, he went from sub 3K to 3,200.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He went from basically top 500 to Grandmaster within the course of just 2 weeks.
And he is using that same exact deck in this matchup right here. Now, Jump is actually using Pirate Ninjas, and from what I've seen, it's a multi-strike lunging strike deck. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jump can have enough units on the board to get rid of the Dark Benders and the Magic Eaters, because that is like the lifeline of Boloss, because he has game-ending potential at any point in time. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jump can keep those units alive. And we already see Darkbender making his move onto the board right now.
I would have to favor Jump in this simply because he's going to have so many units on the board. I don't know if Boloss runs stuff like Dragon's Fire and Flamestorm. Usually OTK decks like Boloss's don't have that time. They don't have that leisure that they can run cards like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jump is familiar with how Boloss plays, and right now he's running an extremely spam heavy deck. There, if I recall correctly, he's running 9 buffs in there.
Right, and we already saw 2 Rat Halves already go down. One was unfortunately eliminated. The other one, as of right now, it seems like it's going to survive. But it's crucial that Boloss keeps this Darkbender alive right now, because it's going to delay Jump. We already see a Magic Eater coming down, so now we're going to start seeing buffs. So the Arc Fires, I'm pretty sure he's got 3 copies of those, because he runs Wizards, Darkbenders. So now does Jump take the risk of putting down a Blacksmith here? Getting close to Dragon's Fire range? If he plays Dragon's Fire, you're going to be in a tough spot here. He's going to try to opt for it. Maybe even try to get a Swiftness here. I don't know on what, but your hand's not really looking too good until turn 8. You got Rat King, you got Multi-Strike, but you got no real units on the board. I mean, you have Wind Mage, but he's likely to die with any direct damage with only having 2 health.
I'm disliking the position from Jump simply because of how much stealth Boloss runs. I mean, he's threatening right now 4 damage on face, and then he's putting himself into that 6 damage range where he can put a swiftness on the Magic Eater and hit the castle from really far away. There's that instant damage you were
Yep.
talking about.
Yep.
Oh, that's so brutal going
Oh
directly on
gosh.
his ranged.
Oh yeah, here we go. Now it's gonna start going out of hand. Oh man, he's got to get rid of that Magic Eater. And he doesn't seem like he has anything to answer. He's got a swordsman and he's got a coin, but I don't know. I would it's tough.
He
It's
also
tough.
only runs one mercenary's execution in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's going to make it very hard to clear these things out. He doesn't run any pandas. He doesn't. It's a very classical deck. It doesn't run those cards which are more hit or miss, which could really just clutch out the situation here. I mean, Boloss is taking a great risk by pre-buffing against. I mean, if he had a dissipate or he had a tension or any of those ninja cards, which can just really cripple a big
Mm-hmm.
unit.
Even Panda. Panda would be great right now.
Absolutely. I just
He
don't see Jump coming back from this position without those cards.
If a Dragonfire comes out, it might be game here. It's going to be hard because he's not going to be able to kill the Magic Eater or Darkbender. Now, the 1 damage, not really that bad for Boloss. He has tons of buffs in his card. He can take that 1 damage without losing any sleep. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's going to get rid of the Blacksmith with the Blue Firebolt. Weaken even those rats and the Lumberjack, and leaving the One-Eye Manti to pretty much useless, just a body blocker at this point. Just starting to get rid of these rats. Now, Boloss is running out of cards here. If he can't reach the castle, Jump may... Oh, okay, here we go. Now we're going to see the stealth. What can he draw? If that was a demonic range, this could be game. Because now Jump has no clue where Boloss Magic Eater is.
I think Jump is going to coin on this turn just to see where it is.
You think he's going to coin
That's
out?
what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that way you can successfully block castle.
See, I would take either the Lumberjack or the Rat and put them in the middle spot to block Darkbender from hitting castle, and then use the rest of my units to block the castle just for this turn. So, Magic Eater has no chance of hitting the castle. If that pull was demonic range, he's going to start blocking here. He's going to pull out the Swordsman. See, what I don't like about this is... Okay, there we go. We see Magic Eater up here. Yeah, see, if that was a demonic range, he moves the Darkbender. Oh, here's the Dissipate. And was it a demonic range? Oh, this is getting scary. Yep. Oh.
And an OTK coming out from Boloss.
Mm-hmm. Either way, the game... Yeah. Either way, the game was over no matter where he put any units because he had that Dissipate to remove any unit. So it was just game, set, match. Unhelpful. Very sad for Jump. He really couldn't get anything going. Losing the 2 rat hovels early kind of hurt, but he had the Mordok in his hand for so long, just couldn't use it. The Swordsman couldn't get any value out of it. To think that Boloss just commanded this game with 2 units is incredible. It speaks volume to his deck. It speaks volume to how he can control an entire match with only having 2 units on the board.
Absolutely.
Especially with playing against pirates and ninjas, where you have the likes of Dissipate, Detention, Bleed, Mercenary Execution, Murder. Boloss was not afraid, and he lived up to his name. He lived up to being on RedMaster's and Unhelpful Yoda's team, and they're gonna love to hear that Boloss came out with the win.
Especially against Jump, who is, I believe, rank 5 right now. I mean, there's quite the ranking difference between the 2 players, but Boloss showed that didn't matter against OTK.
Exactly. Let's go back. You want to go back to the players?
No, we have many games tonight, and
absolutely.
We are on immediately to RedMaster and Banana. So let's give the players a chance to talk with their teams. Let them know what they saw. Oh, so in this next matchup, we're gonna have Banana, who is infamous almost for stream sniping against Red. He's had a pretty bad record currently. Um, how do you think this is gonna go?
Well, RedMaster is using a Crusader Vikings deck, and I can only assume that it's going to be a Mystic Journey Rat combination, the classic one. And Banana is also running Vikings Druids Mystic Ranger deck. So we're going to have a mirror matchup here. It's going to be interesting to see who made the better deck. I know Red loves to play
Now,
with initiative decks.
now from what I have from Banana is I have that Druid Viking, and from Red it says I have
Oh,
Crusader Druid.
Crusaders Vikings. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
So,
Yes,
so
my
we've
bad.
seen this matchup before in Asteroid versus Banana, except it was the other way around, where Banana ran Druid Viking, and I mean, excuse me, Druid Crusader, and Asteroid ran Druid
Mhm.
Viking, and Asteroid beat him pretty handily. Do you think we're going to see a similar matchup like that?
You know, did you say Crusader Vikings or Crusader Druids before? I misspoke. I can't remember. It
Oh,
was for Red Master.
oh, he is Crusader Druid Knights.
Oh man, if Banana can pull out the Mystic Rats Journey play, I think that's going to be huge for them, and I think that's going to be the game changer. No matter when in the match he pulls it, that is such a game changer, and I would love to see more players use that combination because it can tip the tide at any point of the game. Even on turn 5, you do so much damage, and for only costing 5 gold. Like that is you probably get the most bang for your buck with that combination than with any combination in the entire game. And you
Absolutely.
don't see a lot of players you run it. Maybe they don't have the 3 copies of the Rat King, or they don't like to play with druids. But it's just so deadly that if you are running Vikings Druids, that is the one combination you have to have in that deck if you want to try to get that rank 30. Every rank 30 deck I've seen has that combination.
Yeah, it's definitely a major threat. I think additionally, though, we're seeing stuff like Master at Arms, 3 copies of Call for
Hmm.
Aid, um, only 2 copies of Mystic Journey.
Yeah, and that's interesting. That's interesting because usually Mystic Journey is kind of like the lifeline in that deck. I wonder the thought process as to why he only is running 2 copies of that card.
Yeah, well, we have both our players ready, so I'm ready to move on to them as soon as we get a stream up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I just got an Amber Alert.
Uh-oh.
Uh oh.
How did the stream go? Oh, it went great. It went great. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember always check your Amber Alerts. Who knows who you could help?
This is going to be a big game for Team Banana.
Absolutely.
They need to even it up. Going down 2-1. It's going to be hard to come back. He's going to opt. I mean, let's see what he gets in the reroll. Not the best. Not the best.
I
Oh, he top decks the lumberjack. You'll love to see it.
I do think that freezing pillar is really, really good in there, though. It'll
That
stop
is going.
any big
Mhm.
stuff like cleric that gets any possible buffs on it. My
I like
one,
that move from Banana.
yes, for sure. It's very because I mean, if Earth Knight comes out, which is a possibility, or cleric, that's just free healing.
And you don't really have any units to back up if you lose the Lumberjack or the Drake. You have the Centaur, but you want to keep that Centaur.
Oh, I
He's going to go for
dislike
the...
this.
Oh, he's
Because
using that freezing pillar early.
that freezing pillar has so much potential. I'd say it's
Hmm.
way stronger than Wizard in nearly any situation, and it's most likely just to simply be traded. I think the threat that he's really making Red think about is what if there's Lightning Blade in here? And
Right,
it's
exactly.
and oh, this is going to be such a good trade for Banana here. He's going to get
Hmm.
a cleric kill for free. He's going to get a wizard kill.
For free.
Is he not going to take it? Oh, he's going to play greedy here. If this wizard
Oh,
gets out alive, Banana's going to be kicking himself later in
oh.
the game. I don't think Red has the time or the space on his board right now to keep that wizard alive and unfrozen. He doesn't have time to
Hmm.
kill that pillar. But I mean, the one thing I could see that could come out would
Beastmaster?
yeah, Beastmaster.
You
But
would
he
you would
doesn't
hope
have
to
it,
see a beast. Nope. You would hope to see a Beastmaster here soon. He's probably... Oh,
and I don't think he can trade. Well, I don't think he has something to trade against Lumberjack. Oh,
that's a smart play. You know, the books was going to guide regardless of who he attacked. I think it was smart to get rid of the frozen pillar, but unfortunately for Red, he draws another frozen pillar. And
and
Banana is going for the throat.
that's one that should not be removed anytime soon.
Absolutely not. And oh man, you
If he
really
had
hope that Red...
Beastmaster, he
Oh,
would have played it
yes,
already.
he needs it right now.
He did just have a double draw, so there is a good chance of him drawing one.
He's thinking really hard. He's probably just... Oh man, this is a tough spot for Red because we're probably going to see a coin into a swordsman next play. And I'm scared to see... Oh, he's already having to play the companions out here. That's not a good sign for Red.
The
He's going to get a
other
flying book.
the
All
other
right.
threat that's really about to start hitting hard is there's 3 lightning blades here for Banana.
Hmm.
We haven't seen any of them. He has a very good chance to start just pulling lightning blades, and if putting something like that on swordsman, that just ends game. Putting something on that on centaur ends game.
You have a couple of options here. You can coin out the swordsman, or you can play the centaur, keep the pressure on, and then coin out next turn a Mordock. But he's going to opt to keep the pressure on with the swordsman. He's going to try to...
really like.
And you have that beast... Yeah, you have that bestial rage too. That can possibly end the game because you have centaur in your back pocket too.
The big thing here with swordsman is that if Red doesn't clear up the pillar, it's game because of bestial rage.
It doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
If he does clear it up, it's probably also game because that bestial rage goes straight on the swordsman, goes ahead, clears out the hits the wizard, hits whatever else.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's game.
Yep.
Let's see if Banana
He
sees
wants
it.
to hit either the castle, the blacksmith, use bestial rage, then hit the top blacksmith up top, and then the centaur to end the game.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's going to do it. Yep. That is a huge win
another
for the
clean
team.
Sweep. Oh, and
That is
all
a
tied up
huge
1-1.
win. That is a huge win. We didn't really see RedMaster pull anything. I don't know what his hand was looking like. We weren't able to see it, but oh, you hate to see Red go out like that. We saw the casting Red in this matchup. We didn't see Red. We talked about it earlier. Which Red are we going to see? And, well, we saw the casting Red.
There
We
was just
need
too much pressure.
Booth.
Just too much pressure, man.
Those frozen pillars, man. Those frozen pillars. Not a lot of people like them, and you can see why. They are annoying. Not having that wizard, and then not being able to use those books. Oh, that top deck frozen pillar was huge. Huge for Banana. And it tied up, like you said. It's 1-1 now. Jump is out of the match, and now RedMaster is out of the match. Now we're about to see Asteroid versus Unhelpful Yoda.
This is going to be a massively big deal of whoever wins, because both Asteroid and Unhelpful Yoda, I would both favor them for their standardized decks almost. That they play much more consistently than Boloss or Banana or even Jump. I mean, Jump, I'd say, is most likely the probably Jump's probably the most consistent player, but the slowest player. And
Right.
Unhelpful Yoda,
Very methodical.
yes, Unhelpful Yoda he never gets into time trouble. I've seen so many times where Jump's just gotten into time trouble where because of that he's lost, and I don't think that's ever going to be an issue for Unhelpful Yoda.
Unhelpful Yoda is one of those players where no matter what he's playing, it never seems like he's on edge. It never seems that he's outside of his comfort zone. He's very zen, no matter if the game is going in his favor or not. And I feel like that is very key in playing Cards and Castles. You have to remain calm. You have to take time and think about your plays. And not only the plays that's happening right now, but future plays. What are you going to do after you make this move? And I feel like Unhelpful Yoda is one of the better players to be able to do that. And that's what makes him so good.
Absolutely.
And we already know Unhelpful Yoda is still undefeated in casting conflicts. Is this going to be the time where
move here? Oh, here he is.
Is this going to be the time where Unhelpful Yoda takes his first loss? We have a little chatter, a little pregame chatter from the people.
Yeah.
They're anxious. They want to get in.
I'd definitely mute them though, ladies and gentlemen, just that way there's no possible issues.
No little advantage. Now, we already saw this matchup earlier in the Cards and Castle conflicts, and Asteroid was so close of beating Yoda. I wonder if he's going to finally get that final push to finally beat Yoda.
So I have to give Yoda a massive edge here, because Yoda's
absolutely
running monsters, and Asteroid, to me, it looks like he's running a no interactions deck.
With Burning Sun. Now, I don't know how useful Burning Sun's going to be against monsters. You don't really... I mean, it's going to go well with Benny Mothra, but I feel like Asteroid was trying to get matched up with Boloss, knowing that Boloss likes to run a lot of buffs, and that Burning Sun, I feel like he was hoping to get matched up with Boloss, but that wasn't the case. He gets matched up against Unhelpful Yoda, so I don't know if that Burning Sun is going to do him any good.
Absolutely. My biggest fear here, though, is the almost the fizzle out potential of instant damage when it goes up against those beefier units, like those Grendels, like those Minotaurs.
Exactly.
And then when you start having those late game Krakens hitting face with stuff like Spear Strike on them, it's just such a nasty combination.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't like this matchup.
I think this Nalakir is actually good for Asteroid because it gives him almost a chance to put units on the board that he would not normally have.
Mm-hmm.
Something like Serpent Winch Blue Fire here would really help him out.
I really hope Asteroid figures out what deck Unhelpful Yoda is running. So when he sees those Betty Mothras hit the deck, he needs to get rid of them as fast as possible. He cannot afford to let them grow to 10-10, 11-12, because once they get that heavy, no amount of direct damage is going to be able to save him. Because he's going to have to focus all his direct damage onto that one monster. And by that time, you have the likes of Grendel, you have Kraken, you have all these high attack, high health monsters just rushing down your throat. that you're not going to have enough cards, you're not going to have enough direct damage to get rid of all of them. So if Unhelpful Yoda is able to build up these Betty Mothras and keep them alive, it's going to be an easy win for Unhelpful Yoda.
I think there's also a big window that Asteroid has in late game, that if he can simply survive to late game and he can prevent the buffs from stacking up and he can get a couple good board clears, then it's very, very difficult to fight off those final two arbiters returns, especially when the likes of Kraxus are coming out and are getting those free kills. I don't know how many Krakens Unhelpful Yoda runs, but if he's running all three, which I suspect he is, there is so much late game killing potential that it would be remiss for us to think Asteroid could survive.
Right, exactly. Well, I don't know about you, but I am hyped to see this match, and I am ready. I'm ready
Absolutely.
to see which team is going to get this 2-1 edge, and in my mind, is going to be able to just have a dominating control over this King of the Hill. So if you're ready, let's get into the match.
I've been in the match this entire time, man.
Oh my god, I gotta quit drinking. We see Serpent Witch come out. Oh, buddy. Oh man, I gotta focus up here. Sorry, gents. You know, me and Slasher. You know, we're getting a little tipsy in the booth. We're getting a little tipsy. You know, it's Saturday night. Everyone's having fun. Even the most experienced players. Sometimes we don't know what the hell is going on.
We are seeing it look like it's going to be a much later game. I don't think there are going to be those Behemothra threats that you were talking about simply because there is no purple coming out of Yoda.
Right.
Right now, I do not see any problems for Asteroid. Like he plays Darkbender, he trades Blue Firebolt, Darkbender into that
Southport Captain, or even the Serpent Witch. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, he has.
And there's no board control Yoda has here. He might be able to play a Kraken here, but it's still going to be cleaned up.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts Asteroid. Oh, that scope Serpent Witch is going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem to get rid of. He draws a Grotesque.
I would Grotesque, Blacksmith, Flamestorm,
exactly.
And just dump all your damage right now.
Exactly.
He needs to Grotesque before Flamestorm. Let's hope he remembers.
Yes, yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, he wants to remove that unit first.
Mm-hmm.
Because he will be able to sacrifice his Frog Prince if something comes out.
Oh, that's
Yoda's
risky.
The type of player who plays greedy, so he will most likely play some small unit out in front to, in essence, tank.
Mm-hmm.
If Asteroid can regrow his hand size here, I think he might be in a very, very decent position. The Krakens are still a major threat.
We don't see a Mystic Journey. What is he going to use with the 9 gold? Doesn't that play anything? That is a big card.
Dragon's Fire.
Dragon's Fire, hit cancel, Grotesque offer right now. He got max value out of that Grotesque offer.
And he still regains board control.
Massive, massive pull for Asteroid right there.
He is making it into that, like, there's one of the Krakens we've been talking about, but
that's going to be deadly.
That late game.
That's going to be deadly. We're going to see a fear. What is he going to draw from the fear? That Burning Sun I was talking about. That's not going to be useful. And you're going to see another... Oh, he's going to go for it. Reroll.
He hits it.
Love it. Love to see it. That's big. That's big for Asteroid. Because he just saved himself another 5 damage. And Unhelpful Yoda could very likely have another Kraxus in his hand. Sees the Temple of the Five Gods. He's preparing.
I think this game's over, especially with that Arbiter's return.
Yep, it's over. Oh my gosh, Asteroid pulls out the unlikely story and takes down Unhelpful Yoda.
Absolutely. Oh, it's you
Oh,
love to see it. An unhelpful Yoda just like that is out of the game due to the late game potential of the no interaction deck that he himself made, ironically.
oh, no one, no one expected this to happen. I don't know about you, Slasher, but I thought Unhelpful Yoda was going to run through this competition like nothing. Unhelpful Yoda taking an early exit like this? Oh,
I
it
think
has
I think it's the
horrible
writing on
to
the walls
morale for
here
that team.
because now it's only Boloss. Boloss, who was up with his two legends, the two titans of the match here, and they're both gone. Do you think OTK has the potential to pass through these two decks?
Now, I want to say against Banana, I think the OTK deck can survive, but against Asteroid's deck, that's where you're going to run into problems. You have so many direct damage cards when you have the likes of Darkbender and Magic Eater come out. You're going to see Asteroid dump as many direct damage into those units.
A,
And we already know Boloss doesn't have a lot of units. He just has Wizards, Darkbender, and Magic Eater, and a lot of buff cards.
absolutely, as you're saying, it's a very spell heavy deck.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, the second issue I think is if we see an opening like we did earlier from Banana, where it's just aggression, aggression, aggression. There's no answer that OTK can bring. It's just nothing.
Absolutely not.
Because you're going to be trading lower and lower until you can get that second round that they're out. But if you're constantly if you're being forced to trade on face, you're going to lose. You're never going to be able to put your buffs on. You're never going to be able to grow those magic eaters. You're never going to be able to get that extra little room that you need to get that OTK potential.
Exactly.
What situation do you think um what opening hand do you think Boloss needs to beat Asteroid?
Sorry, little interference here. Can you repeat that?
What opening hand do you think Boloss needs to defeat Asteroid?
I would love to see Wizard. I
Yeah.
would love to see Wizard in his starting hand. You know, get that early range unit out. Kind of. I don't want to see Darkbender because for the likely story of him of Banana having no turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 play is very unlikely. But having Wizard, that's going to allow Boloss to kind of play more defensively, slow down Banana, and have the chance to grow more of his cards and have enough spell cards to boost up not only his Wizard but Darkbender and Magic Eater. And what I think is going to be the key for Boloss is if he can draw a lot of his stealth cards early.
Yeah.
If he can get those stealth cards and hide his Magic Eater, the likes of Frozen Pillars and the companions, they're not going to do as much damage as Banana's going to like because he's gonna have to focus on finding that Magic Eater rather than just going down Boloss's face because, like we already saw, Boloss has game-ending potential at any point in time.
We do, however, have a stream up. No match sent yet. Um, yeah, I think those stealth cards are definitely going to be key, especially against stuff like Blue Firebolt and Incinerate.
Mm-hmm.
The other threat though that I definitely see is that he is running of the global area of effect cards. He's running all of them. He's running all the Dragon's Fires. He's running all the Flamestorms, and he's even on top of that. He's running one Burning Sun, which can completely just kill off a single push. It's
Exactly.
just gone like that.
And that's why I said Asteroid was hoping to get matched up with Boloss early. He's gonna get his wish. if Banana doesn't pull out this victory right here, he's going to get this wish. And I think Asteroid made that deck specifically for being matched up with Boloss. This could very well be the match right here. Can Banana pull one out for his team? We're going to find out here shortly, people. It's going to be fun. And here we go. Banana versus Boloss.
And this is the kind of starting hand you want to see from Banana. The fact that he's replacing two of them is crazy in my mind. But he still pulls those low things. It's going to be extremely difficult to push past that Rat King and that Blacksmith without any global damaging cards.
Now, you're not too worried. You know, you got Rat King. You even got Wizard. I'm not going to see it. You probably won't see a Blacksmith out. Is he going to coin out a Wizard? Oh, and that's what we're talking about. Getting that Wizard out early. That's big for Boloss.
Oh, and there's Mystic Journey.
He's not going to opt. Yeah, he's not going to opt for it.
I think he's more losing that center rat. Also, it does mean that he can't take forward positioning with a double rat stack.
But I think he's more concerned about losing the gold advantage against Boloss. I think he doesn't want to have Boloss have the chance to bring out the likes of Magic Eater and Darkbender without him having any answer for his next turn. Now, he did have Mystic Journey.
I personally would have preferred to keep Mystic Journey in hand and keep Rat King alive, because next turn you can play it, and it will just cut off all movement for any ranged units there along the back of the board. We've already seen Boloss coin out once. I think the biggest issue that Boloss can run into are those freezing cards that Banana is running in his deck. He's running those three freezing pillars. That's the only freeze he has, but that can just basically perma-freeze a card forever. Additionally, Centaur takes away that center square that Boloss has for free. It does allow, if there's any stealth cards played, it does just allow Banana to take it away anyway.
That's a big play for Boloss. That's a smart play from Boloss. Because if that Blacksmith was still on the board, Banana was getting ready. Oh, well, unfortunately, the Wizard's going to die.
Wizard still dies.
Wizard does still die. He's going to play right here. He's going to put the...
He did it correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, if he had put it straight down where the Wizard is, that Wizard would have been pushed one square back and out of lethal range.
We're going to see Vampire come out. Beastmaster, don't want to see Beastmaster come out. You know what? I would like to put maybe a Wizard and Blacksmith come out. Maybe even a Call for Aid. You know, the Vampire isn't threatening Castle at all. You get the 7/8 cheap Rangers. So when he does beef up that Vampire, you're going to have a chance to kill it. See, now he's threatening face, and you have no answer. Beastmaster doesn't do it.
I do like Banana's position simply because of how big of a card advantage he has. If he can get away with something like Call for Aid...
What he can do right here is Master the Sword, Bestial Rage, hits the Lumberjack, trades the Rat into the Vampire, and then hits the Master of Arms. And we're going to see that right here. We're going to see that right here. That is a smart play. And when you see Boloss down to 3 cards, and we know he has a lot of spell cards, so those very well could be all spell cards.
That Beastmaster Mystic Journey also can clean up any ranged units that are played. He has a, I believe, 1 in 6 chance of not hitting the cards to successfully kill off those units.
I would love to see the Beastmaster Mystic play here. I would want to get rid of that Magic Eater as soon as possible, and I don't mind losing the Beastmaster to a direct damage, because you're also going to weaken the Darkbender, because you're already in game. you're already at 13 health. You need to get rid of these units. And you can draw
Absolutely.
any. You can already draw. You can draw any companions to get rid of the Darkbender. Fears dissipate. We already saw dissipate used in the last match. So like a swordsman, that's not going to do it for you. You're not going to hit anything. You're not going to get any value. I would love to see Beastmaster right here with Mystic Journey, and we're going to see it right here.
And he hits it.
Yep. Weaken the Darkbender. Trade to the Magic Eater. Unfortunately you're going to lose all these monsters, but you get the biggest threat out of the way. You get rid of the Magic Eater.
I think additionally something like a freezing pillar, or I mean, Faithful Drake freezing pillar gives a whole lot of room on your side to do things. I think that Masuda pull is a really big deal for Boloss in a negative way. That it would have been good early on, but now that's not the kind of card he's looking for. He's looking for those demonic rages that we can be stacking 2 demonic rages in hand to get his OTK off. He does have potential to bring him down to 1 HP now, but after that, do you think he'd be able to do anything afterwards?
I don't think so. I think Banana really needs a companion right here. He needs to draw a companion to get rid of that Darkbender. If he gets rid of this Darkbender, I think this could be game. He needs to get rid of that Darkbender as soon as possible. He cannot afford to let Boloss keep buffing it up. Blacksmith isn't going to do it. He's going to have to put out a Swordsman.
He puts out Northland's Ranger. I think
Oh,
right
actually,
in front of face.
He can do that too. You need to play aggressive with it.
You have to take away that center square that Boloss could stealth in. This might be game also with Demonic Rage, a second Darkbender.
Boloss is going to take a more
pulling it back. I think all that's doing is it's giving Banana more time, realistically, to fend off this push.
You know what? I would even put. I don't know. This is just me. This is the meme coming out of me. I would have rushed both of my Rangers and put the temple in the middle square, so he wouldn't be able to do this. If you would have put that temple in the middle square.
Oh, and that's game. And Boloss goes through another opponent.
That's what I was saying. If you would have played that temple in that middle square, I still think the game would have been lost because you take that top bender, you take that top Darkbender, you hit the temple, Flame Storm, then Demonic Range. So no matter what Banana was going to do, it was game over. But now we're gonna see Asteroid have his chance.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. I have a dog that is looking at me rather distinctively. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. Treekin, the recording's still going if you want to say anything to the people.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, like we said earlier, Boloss is the dark horse in this competition. And it looks like he's pulling out for his team. RedMaster couldn't pull it off. Unhelpful Yoda couldn't pull it off. Boloss, the unsung hero of this team, the unknown player in this team, the recent addition to casting conflicts, is holding on to his own. I just can't believe it. I expected Boloss to get maybe 1 win, maybe 2. I did not expect Boloss to be the sole survivor of this team. If anyone, I feel it's not just me. I feel like it's the fans too that watch this. I feel like Unhelpful Yoda was the sure thing to be the last man standing of this team. But hey, you can't take anything away from Boloss. Boloss is playing his heart out right now. He is pulling one for his team. I would love to see Boloss pull one out for this team. Just being on the team of the likes of RedMaster and Unhelpful Yoda, there's a lot of pressure. RedMaster, well-known name in the community. Unhelpful Yoda, well-known name in the community. Both top players, both content creators. And then being on their team, and going out early, it just hurts your morale. Your morale. You wanna do well. You wanna respect your teammates. You wanna show, hey, I can play at your level too. And Boloss right now is speaking volumes. He is playing lights out, and he could very well sweep the entire other team. He already defeated the likes of Jump, a top 1 player. He just defeated Banana, and now he has a chance to beat Asteroid. But like Slash and I were saying, Asteroid has Burning Sun in his deck. And I feel like that's going to be crucial. Unfortunately, he only has 1 copy. So he has to draw it. Not only draw it, but he also needs to know when to play it. If he plays it too early, that's going to be unfortunate because we already know Boloss runs a lot of buff cards. So it doesn't really matter if Asteroid plays it early because, half his deck is buff cards. So he can stand to lose. And it seems like we're going straight into the final match.
Yes,
Boloss versus Asteroid. Asteroid's going to have his chance to play this deck against Boloss. Boloss, the unlikely hero of this story. Can he pull it out for his team? We thought Unhelpful Yoda was going to be the sole survivor. Maybe even RedMaster. But no one expected Boloss to be the last man standing. And I love it. I love to see this.
Absolutely. You see the true power of OTK because it's that one crucial turn where you think you're safe, it just doesn't matter. Because you can get into that late game position of Arbiter's Return here for Asteroid, which could be quite threatening. But it won't matter if you're killed before you can pop one off.
Exactly. So we're going to see Asteroid needs to start drawing his direct damage. He needs to start drawing the likes of Blue Firebolt, Incinerate, Flamestorm, Headless Horseman, and he needs to have RNG on his side. He needs to get rid of the likes of Darkbender. He draws the Burning Sun. That is crucial, especially only having 1 copy. That is crucial for this game. But he needs to know when to play it because, like we've already seen, Headless. That's what we're talking about. The RNG on his side. That is huge.
I think that Boloss is in for a very rough ride because if none of his units can take any board control ever, he can never kill the opponent's castle. Asteroid never has to have board control in this match. He just has to make sure Boloss doesn't. And we're seeing here already instant damage coming out from Boloss to ensure that early board control. But Asteroid, once again, he's just putting another unit in, which between an Incinerate and that Darkbender, it's extremely difficult to fight it off. And then something like Flamestorm or Dragon's Fire comes out.
He's got to play stealth right here. Yep. And he's going to get a fear. Oh, gosh. Now things are getting sticky.
No, this isn't Banana's matchup, but absolutely things are getting stickier. We're going to see a grotesque...
I would love to see Burning Sun Flamestorm right here. Or, no, that wouldn't kill it. Never mind, people. Don't listen to me. This is why I'm in the commentary booth.
Flamestorm Burning Sun.
Flamestorm Burning Sun.
If this hits... Oh, it hits, and he then Burning Suns. If he Burning Suns...
Me and Slasher might have more. We might be having more fun. We're having more fun than the actual competitors right now. I'm smiling ear to ear right now.
Burning Sun is a good card, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I actually played Boloss. I actually played Boloss in the ladder before. And I also played a no interaction deck, and I actually beat Boloss because I saw previously how his deck was running, and I knew that he had a lot of buff cards, so I didn't even focus on his castle. I just killed all his units, made sure he had no units, and he had no answer, because without any units, the buff cards are useless. You can't play it on your castle, can't do it on anything.
For all I know, this is a gambit from Asteroid, and he was waiting for those buffs to be dumped straight on it. I doubt it was, because I would not be taking 12 damage in a gambit. But and he's not going to take it. If it was a gambit, it's a beautiful gambit. Burning
you'll love
Sun.
to see this at Asteroid. No, you can't risk it. Asteroid, you can't risk it. You need to get rid of this. Please. You need to do it. Do it for your team. Burning
I'm
Sun.
biting my nails now.
Please. You can't survive. You can't survive one turn. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't risk it. He gave you the opportunity. He could have very well hit your castle for 12. He gave you this opportunity to kill it. You need to take it. You need to take it. You have all this board pressure. You have Dark Bender.
And he's going to play greedy.
Oh. He says he's thinking, I can get more buffs out of this. I can make Boloss put even more buffs on this hand. I can make him dump my hand on this Magic Eater and kill him in one turn. He's thinking, oh man, I don't know if Boloss runs Fears, but if he has Fear, Dissipate, Multi-Strike, or Demonic Range, the game is over like that. And Asteroid could very well have just shot himself in the foot. But the way Boloss is flipping his cards, I don't think he has it.
Yeah, I think Boloss is definitely a good enough player.
Oh gosh.
To know simply when to get that OTK immediately. He's very much the math calculator. That I think is a common thread you get amongst most OTK players. You see it between Banana and
there's the Dissipate.
And then the Burning Sun will come out, and I think that will be game.
I think the risk Asteroid took.
And Asteroid's Gambit is paying off. The Asteroid Gambit, ladies and gentlemen. Burning Sun comes out. Dragon's Fire comes out. The Dark Bender is killed off. Asteroid has total board control, and I see no way back in the game for Boloss.
Paul Bunyan comes in and just sweeps his act on that Dark Bender and removes it. Konoichi comes out, the saving grace for Boloss. He is digging in his hand right now to find any sort of answer. Doesn't seem like he's going to get it.
This is the hard counter we were expecting from Asteroid. Because no matter what those two cards are for Boloss, I don't think that he's currently threatening an OTK.
He's looking for that Konoichi. He's sacrificing the hit on castle. He is searching for that. He is going Sacagawea mode right now. He is searching for it right now. Lewis and Clark mode activated, people. But he did not find it. Where is she? There she is. Salahar Rider comes out. Can it hit a Hassan City guard? Hits the Dark Bender. You know, you like to see that, because now the double Flamestorm does get rid, and the blue Firebolt. But you got to worry about the Frog Pits now.
Incinerate Frog Prince is most likely what we're going to see.
Yep, Incinerate. He's going to go for the Dark Bender. Going to go for a range. You know, I feel like any move here, it's going to be good for Asteroid. 2 cards in hands. Most likely one of them is going to be a buff card.
He's so winning, he could have played double Flamestorm there and been fine.
Yep. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is game.
Absolutely. I see no
I
way
don't
back
see. Yep.
For Boloss.
Oh,
that Gambit, though, from Asteroid was beautiful.
Doesn't even risk playing the Dark Bender because he knows he has the game in the bag. Boloss, so close, but you cannot knock Boloss. He did everything he could. He did more than he could.
Boloss definitely did more than his fair share of work in this game.
Exactly. You expected RedMaster, Unhelpful Yoda to pick up the slack. You did not expect Boloss. No shame on Boloss. Boloss did his thing. He cream jump. He dismantled Banana, but Asteroid, like we said, he made that deck for Boloss, and he got his wish, and we saw. We saw it.
Oh, and he was so close there. If possibly even if he had just hit face instead of playing it greedily and waiting for an OTK. But
Hmm
those situations, who expects the genius of Burning Sun?
I love Burning Sun. I personally love Burning Sun because you have a lot of decks right now with Awakening, First Strike buff decks, and Burning Sun. Oh, just like that, a one cost card to pretty much destroy all buff cards. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. You'll love it. Even with a one copy like Asteroid. Well, to be fair, Asteroid only had one copy of that card, and to draw it that early, oh,
I
you hurt.
honestly
It
don't.
hurts Boloss.
I don't think it matters because of how much draw in Astro's deck. I'm looking at it right now, and I'd say about a third to half the cards he has in this deck are based around some kind of draw that eventually this would have filtered through. It was just such a good gambit to know that he wasn't going to be OTK'd that one turn, and to simply wait out for all the buffs to be dumped, and then in turn to just uh, remove them all with a one-cost card.
Hmm Well, for all the people out there who bet money on RedMaster, Unhelpful Yoda, and Boloss, I hope it was worth it. Let this be a lesson to you. Big names does not mean they're going to win all the time. Even Unhelpful Yoda, even RedMaster can fall. It only takes one game, and we saw it right here. Asteroid pulling out the victory for his team. It came down to a final game. I didn't expect this. We had great matchups. We couldn't have. I don't know about you, but this was great. This is the content people wanted to see. Bunch of matches, bunch of smart plays, bunch of gambles, bunch of OTK, bunch one turn kills, all the stuff. We had everything. We had cars out the wazoo, Burning Sun, Demonic Range, the Mystic Journey on a Beastmaster, knowing that the Beastmaster is going to die. You love to see these types of gambles.
Absolutely. You ready to head back to our players?
Yes, let's do it. Let's see him.
Well, you guys are victorious. You're the victors.
Woo! Yay!
You don't sound very excited.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah,
They just knew they were gonna win. They just knew. They just knew in their back pocket, like, oh, this is an easy win. They have red on their team. It's a 3-2. It's 3 versus 2.
It's just
Red's
another
no good.
integer flipping in their brains.
Red's no good here. He's only good for content.
Asteroid, so why did you decide to hold off in that final game on playing Burning Sun so late?
Because I wanted him to spend as many cards on his Eater as possible before getting the value. And then when he played the Darkbender right into the play as well, that was the perfect. He'd spent 4 or 5 cards on his Eater, and I'd get a kill.
I mean, Tweaking and I were really clenching there because we thought that he might be pulling out a Demonic Rage and a multi-strike. That would just end the game right there. But he didn't pull it off.
Does he run multi-strike? I didn't think he did.
Yes, he does.
Oh.
Oh, we were screaming into the mics. Play it, play it, play it, play it. But you know, it takes gambles to win, and you took one and you won. So we can only speak so much on that. And not only that, but you guys, I don't want to take away from your gameplay because your gameplay is a big part of it. But when you needed draws, you got the draws.
I can't argue.
Banana, you really hit red hard with that second pillar.
Yes, I did top draw.
You want to explain that match to us?
So basically, I saw he's running yellow-white, so I just rushed him, and I won.
Straight to the point. I love it. I love it. I'm
Do you-
sure Banana thought there was no way that he could outlast Crusaders Druids, because everyone knows late game Crusader Druids, they got the favorite. You got things like Arbiters, you got Craxus, you got a lot of these beefy units. So he's like, well, I got board pressure right now. I got Frozen Pillar down. I'm just going to go for Castle. Now, it was interesting. Me and Slasher, when you played the Frozen Pillar down, we thought that you were going to kill off the Wizard with the Centaur and the Lumberjack, but you opted to just leave the Wizard be and just go straight for the Castle.
Yeah, I mean, the wizard isn't that big of a threat later on, because I run a lot of companions in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I need to kill him before, like, turn 9, when he can Arbiters.
Right.
Do you think that if that game had gone late, you would have had options, seeing as how you had Mystic Journey Rat King, and you had 3 Beastmasters in there, and you had 3 Call for Aids, which just can give you such massive single-turn potential?
I might have had a chance, but, like, against Crusader Heal, it's just a really good late game. Like, there's not much you can do.
Absolutely. I mean, Jump, you had a really rough matchup there against Boloss. Were you aware of what he would be running, or did you have any idea?
Not really. I think Boloss is fairly new to the game, and I really haven't played against him much at all, if ever. So I just don't know his playstyle. Initially, the most common deck of that colors is Awaken, so I was
Right.
expecting that to come out, especially on turn. What was it? Turn 4, I think he played. Maybe it was turn 5. He played Arcfire, which usually you only ever see in the Awakening deck because it has extra mages with Saurus and Headwood. So I really didn't kind of clue in until later on in the game when he played the Warlock's card. Sorry, give me a second. The one that Drain Life steals, does 2 damage and heals, or grants extra power. And then I clued in, okay, so he's playing that card, it's definitely an OTK deck. And I was forced to play my Rat King defensively, but I just didn't draw Kuru or Scope, which is what I needed to ultimately deal with that.
Absolutely. Did you
Right.
Looking at your deck, to me it just looked like a Kuro Scope good stuff deck. Did you have anything else in mind if Kuro never came out, other than just good stuff?
Yeah, it's optimized as most decks are for the latter, and not so much for tournament setting. So the good stuff, just it's good enough against everything. I'd definitely run 3 copies of Swordsman in there to deal with Swarm, because these colors don't have many other options for that. No Dragon's Fire, no Chain Lightning. And then you've got global buffs because they're kind of broken. And then, yeah, a slight bit of Swarm and good stuff, and that's about it. You can do a few sneaky plays, like there's Dancing Swords with Scope, guarantees a hit on the castle, whether they're blocking or not, with the flying and the range. And you could add multi-strike in there. So there are a few sneaky things. It can pull off some surprise OTKs as well once in a while. But for the most part, it's just develop well, play safe, and then hopefully get the victory. In this case, he pulled enough burn spells early to counter me pretty hard.
Absolutely.
Right. It was unfortunate that during the late game, he just couldn't get anything going. You needed that lunging strike so you could kill off that Dark Bender.
Right.
But you just didn't get it. You had the Temple of the 5 Gods, which was which was your last pull, and by that point, it's pretty much useless.
No,
That
not
was
Temple.
Yoda.
Oh, that was Yoda. That was right. That was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, if I had pulled a Kuru there, it would have been a fully different game.
But either way,
yeah,
your team got the victory. You know, congratulations to all you guys. It was a great matchup. You guys did your thing. It's always nice to beat down RedMaster, to beat Unhelpful Yoda. You know,
So
it's not too often you get to say that, but when you do, oh, it's like a badge of honor.
one final question, Asteroid. Is that a no interactions deck?
It's pretty darn close. I don't know what this deck list looks
It's.
actually.
I think the only difference is you have
Grotesque
Sacrifice,
Offering,
yeah, Grotesque, and Hassan City Guard.
Burning Sun.
Yeah. That singular Burning Sun. That was so clutch of you. Well, boys, we wish you the best. Anything else you guys want to say?
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good time.
absolutely.
Well, you guys have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks.
All right, now we have to go talk to the losers.
You mean RedMaster?
Send them our regards.
That was implied. That was implied.
Okay. How you boys doing?
Fantastic.
All right.
Are we ready? Or
Yeah,
It just
I'm
takes
still going.
disappointment in
I'm
here.
figuring I can cut whenever, and I have tomorrow to edit.
I mean, just fire away. You guys are the ones spitting questions. So
Boloss, you had such a good run.
Yeah, it was fun.
It came so close in the end there with Asteroid. He nearly let you just have for free 12 damage on face, but you decided not to take it. Were
Yeah.
you just trying to set up for an OTK there for a multi-strike?
I had the demonic rage in hand from the start, so I was just trying to find the right time to use that, and I guess I was kind of greedy, but I was also wary because I heard that he was running stuff like arbiters, which really just messes up my deck. So I just wanted to make
Right.
sure that I could kill him and then not have him heal back.
Right. Well, he did run one copy, a single copy of Burning Sun, and he drew it very early into the game. And me and Slasher were screaming at the monitor, "Please play it now! Please play it now!" But he didn't. He waited. He wanted you to play as many buffs onto your Magic Eater. But like you said, you really don't need to buff up the Magic Eater to like 18, 19. You really only need to buff them up to 10 HP. I mean, to 10 attack. So, I mean, the gamble was there, but I feel like Asteroid didn't really know how much of a gamble that it was, because he's expecting that you don't run the likes of multi-strike or demonic wrench, and he thinks that you just solely buff up the Magic Eater to 20 health and then knock down your castle to
Oh no, yeah.
to end it. But you really only needed to buff it up to 9, actually. To 9. That's the limit. 9.
Yep.
And even 8, because you have the likes of Dissipate, and I'm not sure if you run Fear, but even Fear.
Oh yeah, run fear.
Yeah.
I
So
copies of that.
it was a huge gamble for Asteroid, but unfortunately for you, it paid off.
Yeah, it was really unexpected. I'm like, because I've also had like in rankings, I played against guys, and I'm always like, why would you be running that card? It's really bad. But then like, oh, it does things here in the situation.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
It is just the
You don't
worst.
expect Burning Sun. You don't
No,
expect
I
Burning
just-
Sun.
I
A
just
lot
don't.
of people, a lot of people don't play Burning Sun because it's really only
It's
good
bad.
for those type of decks where you have buff decks, and not a lot of people. I mean, you have global buffs like Blacksmith and Armories, but you don't really see the likes of Shadow Katana or Meditation or stuff like that, where Burning Sun is useful more often than it's not. So it's kind of a gamble. Unfortunately for this matchup, I want to say that Asteroid did his research on you. He knew that you played a lot of spell buff cards, so that's why he played Burning Sun. That's why he was like, all right, I know Boloss likes to have that OTK, and I'm going to run Burning Sun. Kind of just like my wild card, my get out of jail
Sadly,
free card,
yeah.
as you will.
But
I
did
did
you-
not do my homework, and I didn't even know what he played. Or he and Asteroid were two different people. Or maybe they're the same person. I don't know. Okay.
do you think after he played that Burning Sun, you had a chance in that game at all?
Nope.
Okay.
But I decided to die honorably, not concede, and just show him that I did indeed have that demonic rage in hand.
Yeah, that game
Absolutely.
had any potential.
Yeah.
Red, you went up against Banana.
Christ, talk about a disappointment.
Yeah, you went out silently. You fell on your own sword.
Unfortunately, that is a prime example in a game where, not every game can be nice in terms of what it gives you.
You were
The
pretty
way that
balanced
Banana
there.
played was very nice in ways that he might not have expected it to be. It's not necessarily great when you're handed 3 Craxus and do not get to the turn where you can play any of them. It's a bit rough.
Now, did you free roll at the beginning and got 2 Craxus, and then you later on in the game drew the 3rd Craxus?
No, I believe
Or were you just constantly drawing Craxus?
I re-rolled one of those cards, and I forget it was still an expensive card. I forget which specifically it was, but I ended up with one in my hand, so I'm like, all right, fine, but I can stick with this. But then he started freezing off my things. I couldn't use any of my early game. Couldn't get any draw off the books.
So you
And
have
then
a history also with Banana and Freeze.
you could say that kind of.
Do you want to explain it?
No.
Okay. So and this is the part where I cut and then I do a whole graphic later. And then we're back. So do you think there was, after hitting that big brick, do you think there was any chance you could have stopped him after he played that second pillar?
Perhaps. There were ways. I knew I was going to take a big hit, but I carry hands in deck, so I knew if maybe I can get Craxus out a little sooner, or if I could get 2 Craxus, maybe start, chopping away at some of these smaller units, chop away at the pillar, get some draw going. I could have potentially, but really the game ender for me was when I saw Swordsman hit the board. I knew from there it was over. I could not counter that. I could not push it back. I could not stall it. It was going to hit big and take out a huge chunk of my game with it.
Absolutely.
It was very unfortunate that Banana drew that second Frozen Pillar when he did. I feel like if he didn't draw that second Frozen Pillar, I can't specifically remember the cards in his hands because we had so many different games being played. I feel
Probably
like
ways
that
he
would
could
have been
taken the pillar, not taken the wizard, excuse me. There are probably ways, knowing Viking Druid, knowing what he had on board. But it could have been beneficial to me because I could have gotten to that, later turn. Could have popped out with a Craxus and maybe started to swing the game, potentially. But, you can never really predict that.
Yeah, you just needed to get it to the late game, but unfortunately you just couldn't do it. I feel like if you would have got at least 1 Craxus out of it, he's good for at least 2 kills, especially against Druid Vikings. And then you have just 2 more Craxus to rush down his throat. I feel like that would have been a huge problem for Banana.
It was so painful, too. I could not find cards like Priest, Questing Knight, Lumberjack. I could not get any of those to stick on board in my hand. And
just stall cards, Rat King, Beastmaster. It was just unfortunate, and everyone can relate. Everyone has those type of games where the cards just aren't going for you. And unfortunately, that's part of the game. That's part of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has those matches. So you just, got to dust off your shoulders.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, I will go on the record to say, not the biggest success story with Crusader Druid, but, I was trying to be a nice teammate, letting my teammates here pick what their forte was, kind of see if I could take one for the team, and unfortunately I took one hard.
Oh, did you take one for the team? Let me tell you.
Yoda, I saw you bring out monsters today, and I mean, I've known you have had amazing success with monsters. You've, if I recall correctly, you've gotten 3,400 with 4 different archetypes so far.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's about right. I just barely cleared the monster that you seen. I think it's at 3406. Um, man, it kind of just ran dry uh against the deck that has heal.
The
That's just I can it can push through, but the I mean I suppose my only kind of option I would have had would have been to hold the Rat King and tank the 6 from the Frog Prince, but I was like, man, I know I can't afford that. Take that 6, and I end up having to take it anyway. That was really my only defensive thing I had left in hand.
do you
And like I
think
said in the other group, when they needed the draws, they got the draws. Like in your game, when you had the Kraken down and he only had Lumberjack out, he had fear in his hand and he feared away the Kraken and he pulled. I'm pretty sure he had a Darkbender in his hand too, and he top decked a Frog Prince to be able to kill off that Kraken, and not only that, but also have that Frog Prince survive. So I feel like if he wasn't able to top deck a Frog Prince, and you were able to get that extra 5 damage to put Asteroid down to 6, feel like it
Yeah,
might have been a whole different game. It was just when they needed the draws, they got
yeah,
the draws.
yeah. He top decked that Dragon's Fire. That really hurt me. And then there was a lot of Flame Storms that game that kind of just helped him clean up the entire board. Uh, yeah, it was kind of rough. It was kind of rough for me on my draws.
we also saw quite a bit
It
of
happens.
almost peaceful rounds where neither player played any units? Do you think that was a fault within the deck itself, or was that just really, really bad luck?
Well, I lowered. I was telling the guys, I lowered my Lightning Blade and Dwarven Scope, which I originally had at 3 each because I lowered them both 2 copies, and I ended up having both of those Lightning Blades in hand, and I seen both Dwarven Scopes that game. That was the 3 cards I had left at the end, were 2 Lightning Blade and a Dwarven Scope. So I'm like, where's all the Grendels? Where are the Minotaurs? The other Kraken? It's just something else. More Nalakir. I run 3 Nalakir. I just didn't really see a whole lot of my 3 drops, and I saw all of my 2 drops. So, it happens. Draw doesn't all completely in your favor.
I love the scope Serpent Witch. I love when that comes together. I mean,
Yeah, and
you
I
can
was
pretty much just
amazed that he was
stop
able to
everyone.
clear my 8 health Serpent Witch with pretty much all spell damage, it looked like.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that hurts. But like, just having that ranged Serpent Witch to survive and pretty much just stop all monsters that Asteroid is throwing down your throat. It's huge because not only do you stop it, but you also stop him from attacking and retaliating back. It's
Yeah,
very
and I
underutilized.
probably could have used the Lightning Blade to completely clear that Frog Prince the turn previous. If I remember correctly, I might have put something down on board other than I wanted to have more than just that one body on board. And I
Right.
probably could have just gotten rid of, because I'm like, well, he's stunned for the next turn anyway, and he had, I think, 2 health left. So I said, he's stunned. I shouldn't be. He can't clear this 8 health serpent with the Frog Prince stun, and to my amazement, he was able to clear it. So that kind of threw me.
I have one final question for you. I mean, I can't speak for Tweakin, but did you know that that was a no interactions deck?
Not at first hand. I did not. No, I didn't. That's kind of amazing. I got beat by it, but it's a good day.
It was kind of
That's all it
yeah.
is to
It
it.
was kind of
It's a good day.
asteroids. it was kind of Asteroid's little spin on it. You know, he had stuff like Grotesque Offering, Burning Sun, so not the traditional no
Yeah,
interaction
the
deck,
grotesque offering on the Frog Prince. That was certainly interesting.
right?
6-1. And if he would have known I really didn't have any unit in hand to clear that 6-1 on my face, he probably wouldn't have done it. But I wasn't actually too mad about that. I said, hey, that'll buy me another turn. Here come our
You're like, thank God. You're like, thank God.
Yeah, I really was. I'm like, this thing is finally gone. How long did it take to hear the thing, man?
Well, it was an
ready to set a
excellent
game for all
matchup.
you boys.
Yeah.
Ah,
I had a lot of fun.
Even you, Red.
even me. Wow.
Even
This is
in
why
the
this is why I preferred to be in the casting booth. But the fact that Tweakin literally like jointed from me was a little bit of an oof.
Hey, if people want to see Red back in the casting booth and me back in the battlefield, leave a comment below. But I love casting. Maybe we can even, compromise here. Red has the weekends and I have the weekdays.
You can leave a comment
something-
supporting yourself in the comments. Let's be real.
Something along those lines. We'll take a poll here. Whoever has the most comments, they can decide. And I'm good for at least 3 or 4. So.
Well, listen. I think honestly, me and the boys here, me and the boys deserve another shot. Honestly, is all I'm going to put out there. So.
Hey, man, I'm
are
ready.
you guys thinking this might become a more long-term team then?
Yeah,
Potentially.
this is
I
pretty
can
awesome.
definitely see it.
I mean, I had fun with the boys
We
here.
gotta get our get backs, man. We gotta get our get
Yeah,
backs.
yeah. They have to run it back. You can't. No, you go to a basketball court, you get that one up on them. You have to run it back.
Everything is a best of 3 here.
You got to run it back. So don't be surprised if you see another rematch in the future.
Anything anyone wants to say to the audience?
Well, my deck actually didn't run any legendaries, so you don't need them to win.
Stan Boloss.
If you meet Boloss in the ladder, just know to kill his Dark Benders and his Match Gears as quickly as possible.
We stand Boloss.
Ladies and gentlemen,
As quickly as possible.
Just know to start running Burning Sun.
Burning Sun, that is the key.
Yeah.
Boloss, Burning
Cheap
Sun.
Mercenaries Execution?
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for you tonight.
Alright, folks, with that being said, that's going to do it for the King of the Hill. Yeah, that was pretty much a longer video, I'm going to be honest, than what we usually have here on the channel. But I hope you guys did enjoy it nonetheless. I certainly did, even though our team didn't win. I certainly enjoyed a lot of us, coming together and making a video like that. So I'm really interested in if we could do this again. So if you guys do want to see another one of these, let us know in the comments down below. Show your support by clicking the like button and of course sharing with your friends. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new or haven't done this already. It's the best way that you can support us here on the channel. And that's going to do it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.